Hang up. Oh yeah, Big Daddy Eagle just flew in. He knew the Jericho show was on. He's up in the nest. Hey, Karen Saab. We're going to talk about Vigil number 560 from Freedom Corner in Washington, D.C. It's the nightly J6 Vigil that takes place outside of the prison where they hold the J6ers where they torture the J6ers while they bring them into their trials and their sentencings in the one courthouse in the country that will consistently put these guys in prison. Last night was a special night because it was Sapphire Patriot's 100th video since she started live streaming only, 2 months ago. What a great job you're doing, Sherry. That's awesome. Got to hear a prayer from Sherry last night, too. It's kind of a normal night there and kind of just a chill night at Freedom Corner, man. All the guys calling in. We were talking about stuff, but a lot of it was the chit-chat about the Super Bowl and the switch. Chill night at Freedom Corner. Nicole got on the microphone after the prayer, just asked us to get letters out to Kirsten Niemela, who is just going through a hard time, man. The women J6ers don't have a pod that they could all be in. All the men J6ers are in the C3A pod. And they got some camaraderie there, right? But the lady J6ers are pretty much they're not in the whole solitary confinement, but they're in solitary cells and just don't have other people to hang out with in their common areas there. So if we can, let's get Kirsten Niemela some letters. Also, Olivia Pollock is in the DC Gulag right now too, and could use your letters and support. And she is in there with two other relatives that are in the men's side, and it's just grim. It's grim when you're in there waiting for your trial, and they mess with you, and you're not ready to go in. You might just the amount of inconvenience that they put you through while you're attending your trial is, I think, purposely done to put people off their edge when their trial is taking place. You want to be aware of what's going on and have things prepared, but it's really hard to do that when they're messing with you like that, when they're in charge of driving you to the courthouse and they wake you up at weird hours and they don't show up at weird hours. Things happen down there, and it's pretty much either incompetence or purposeful manipulation of the guys that are in there. Taylor John Attack is called and was just talking about having his wife there. Was awesome for the visits on Friday. And he was talking about he was in a mission. He was a missionary down in Brazil, and this is apparently where I think he said he met his wife down there. So we were just talking about that. That's the kind of guy Taylor is. He was a missionary that went to another country to spread the gospel of Christ. So these are the kind of guys that this is happening to. It's horrible, man. It's demonic is what it is. It's not just horrible, it's demonic, and we fight a battle, a spiritual battle. Hi, Deb for Freedom. There we got Olivia's info to write her just a page of encouragement or something. And then you can just give her some encouragement. There he's up there. He's sitting right there. The bald eagle. We'll just keep him in the camera shot here. So yeah, Olivia Pollock, man, we're praying for you too, Olivia, and your family as they go through this court. You've seen what happens before, and all the cases that went through before you. So we're praying, and our prayers are our best weapon for this. And then Taylor's also wondering if he's making a difference. Like Young talked to him 2 nights ago on the from the Vigil. Young was the guy that waves the 2 flags, man. He goes in for the visits. Awesome patriot, Young is. And they were talking about how Young was telling them that how important it was and how meaningful it was that Taylor was calling out to the finding out is this corrupt justice system down in D.C. It is unbelievably corrupted by we don't know what yet, evil, wickedness, but there's weird things happening there, and everybody's looking the other way. All our senators, all our House representatives are looking the other way. The whole legal profession is looking the other way. All the attorney generals and district attorneys are looking the other way, man. But Taylor, your words are making a difference with us, and we're thinking about them. They're deep. It takes us a while to wrap our brains around what you're saying, but you are out there saying it, and we appreciate that. And we're following with you, man. Taylor also wrote an essay he called Remember. And he read that. It's a very short essay that he then posts on his Peasant's Perspective website. He was talking about a Supreme Court case called Erie versus Tompkins. And I didn't have time to look it up, but he basically said we have choices. But with the determinations that these courts are making, some of them aren't all actually legitimate. And you give your consent to have your case heard there in a way. So this case, he was saying, was a very important case. We should all be aware on what it is and how it works for us. He also said that you have to find joy in the journey. He just flew, he's right there. You still can't see him though because it's getting dark. And I think the other one's up in the nest over here. Cool stuff, huh? All right, joy in the journey, find joy in the journey. The Apostle Paul says, rejoice always. That's the shortest verse in the Bible, rejoice always. So a lot of times it's hard to find something to rejoice about, but that's what we are told to do. We should find joy in serving God, our Savior. Okay, thank you, Deb. Deb for Freedom with my links. Thank you, mods. There's the Peasant's Perspective website. If you're in the chat, that came up blue. You just tap on it, and it goes right there. And then you can watch the rest of this later, or just check it out. Put a marker on so you can find it later, and then jump back in here. Mark Brew was the next phone call, and he was ranting about our illegitimate government, man. Mark Brew did an awesome presentation on Freedom Express Media from the New York warehouse up in where Joe the Box works out of. And that's a great hour and a half presentation that Mark Brew gave from up there, and you can get where he's coming from, man. He studied this long and hard, and so did Taylor. Taylor's a political science major. And these guys have studied government, and they found holes in it. They found holes. But the problem is that these holes are allowed to exist in this government somehow. Get around here. But yeah, it was a pretty good rant there that Mark did. It was a rant, that's for sure, man. David Dempsey was our next caller, and that dude is funny. He's my favorite J6er I'd want to go have a beer with, or 6. And he was talking about the Super Bowl, and he was like, you know, the Taylor Swift thing or whatever. I don't even watch football, and I know the whole Taylor Swift psyop thing. And David was just going, man, Taylor Swift is just so mediocre, you know? What is the attraction there? And they're just cramming this celebrity in everybody's face, and everybody has to, you know, like oogle over her and just go with the story and see this like romance thing. They're just junk psyop pushing it in your face, and who can't see that? And she is. She's mediocre at best. So David Dempsey, yeah, he's always a good phone call to hear. Curtis Tate was the next phone call. And he was talking about how some of these organizations are taking money that you think are helping the J6ers out, but it's an organization that has to take some of the money out to operate the organization. And so all of your money is not making it to the J6ers. So investigate who you're giving your money to, first of all, at all times. Always, always, always. J6 issues or not. Always investigate who you're giving your money to, and then figure out where you want your money to go, and then figure out there's the best way to get it there. So there are ways where you can get 100% of your donation to the J6ers. There's other ways that I think they take 1% off. There's many different ways, and I don't think we can run through them all here right now, but and there is ways to just go buy a grocery list of commissaries that a J6er will get, you know, where you're just buying the goods. You're not even giving the J6er the decision to make. You're just buying them bags of M&Ms or beef jerky or, you know, whatever. They really like them tuna, packs of tuna that they can get in there. And that's, you know, good protein food. Yeah, they're going after our kids with Taylor Swift, basically, for sure. That's why they use these celebrities to lure in young people, young impressionable minds. The Swifty Bowl, Carol. Carol, that was some heroic modding I just watched you do there on USA. And all right, let's just take a moment here. USA. Sean just went down into Chicago today and was live streaming the migrant camps that are down there, and wasn't really getting a friendly reaction. And Carol Burton, man, the mods were busy in that channel. These people, these different places where they're housing the migrants in Chicago, and there are issues with it. One was an abandoned CVS pharmacy building. Another one was in a church, and found that last place because they're doing it in multiple different places in Chicago. And that's where Sean is. Okay, we're buffering. If you could, Deb, put Sean's link up for his channel, USA. Okay, yeah, I see we're bouncing a little bit. So yeah, Mark Brew talking about the government stuff that he knows about there. And, okay, it looks good on my end, Deb for Freedom. It's bouncing a little bit, but not really coming down at all hard. Yeah, sometimes it's a local thing with YouTube. Next phone call was Curtis Tate. Oh, no, Curtis Tate was saying about donating directly to places, and we put that link up for you there. Yeah, I think YouTube might be shutting things down, man. Okay, there's Sean's link for his channel, and I think he might be going back on live, but I don't know. But he did a great job out there in Chicago today. Seeing what's boots on the ground, live streamer. These are the guys we need to support, and us mods, we got to step up and make sure the trolls are out of picture there, you know. They come in and they cause trouble. They say rude things and just dumb things, but they're actually just coming here to hear about Jesus, you know. The guy who saved, who died, and his blood went to the earth, landed on the earth. And that's the perfect applied blood that you need to cover your sins in order to reconcile with God. We're separated from God, you know, but we are spiritual beings. We're going to live forever. Do you want to live forever in paradise, or do you want to live forever in hell? It's basically just that easy of a decision. And it's good for you. I don't know anybody who accepted Jesus as their Savior who came back and said that was not the right thing to do. It's a good decision every time. So yeah, that's why the trolls come to our channels to hear about Jesus. Jeff Sable called in at the end. The guy sang a great national anthem. We had a great group of patriots at Freedom Corner last night, waving flags, having a good time. I think it just started raining right at the very end, but not enough to make anything miserable there. So that's it for Freedom Corner. Tonight will be Vigil 561 in a row, where nobody acknowledges something's going on down there. You know, no more representatives coming there, no judges asking questions, lawyers, no nothing. Just letting this all happen there in D.C. Okay, I got this other thing I just saw today. There's a dude running for office in Ohio. His name is Derek MEYERS. He's running for the 2nd Congressional District in Ohio for the House of Representatives. And this guy's claiming that he was a confidential human asset for the FBI prior to 2020. And all right, here's Sean. Live streaming at Trump Town in Chicago. All right, cool, man. We'll be tuning in, man. Hit the notification bell, and then you'll know when Sean's live out there. But this guy, Derek MEYERS, he's running for office, was a confidential human asset for the FBI. He was re-recruited in December 2020 for an operation in Washington, D.C. at the Stop the Steal rally on J6. So this was in 2020. They were planning this out already, okay? This guy's admitting all of this. And he's saying that he's got a folder of information that he can show everybody to prove what he's saying is true, you know? And now he wants your vote in Ohio. And he's running for office. So, did you guys see this too? Except for Freedom found it. So what you're going to see here is his political action promo commercial. And he explains all this stuff. So now what I got to know, like when he was supposedly actively working for the FBI, he was a confidential human asset pretty much during Trump's presidency, okay? So he was one of them FBI guys that they go out and they infiltrate groups, and you know, any type of a group, and then they agitate and try to get the group to act out of line in order for the FBI to swoop in and bust them all for something. So I don't know, can we trust this guy now, you know? So this guy was out there doing all these undercover psyop things, infiltrating groups and stuff. Now he's asking for your vote. I don't know, man. I just want to hear more information about this. Yeah, Metal is Joy. I saw it and was like, whoa, better get a bodyguard. That ran through my mind too. Yeah. So I don't know. This to me is like another one of them things, like that guy from the sheriff from Butler County that just came out 4 days ago, telling everybody to get ready for something. And then I saw another sheriff saying the same message about 2 days ago now. So just head on a swivel, people. Things are happening. It says the chaos will come like birth pangs, okay? And it's been kind of a rhythmic thing. It's really intense for a week, and then it goes away for a couple weeks. So it looks like we're ramping up for another birth pang of just weird stuff happening. And it's probably, good guys and bad guys operating in behind the scenes, and things are going weird. Just make sure you got enough stuff in your house to go 2 weeks without leaving the house. I think that's a minimum bar that we should all strive to assure our survival. So yeah, look into this Derek Meyers guy if you haven't already. It was kind of weird. The guy is a confessed spook, basically. And now he wants your vote, and he's got info, and it's pretty cool. This is cool info that he's got if he's willing to bring it forward, and I would ask him to please enlighten us. So there were undercover human assets working for the FBI there at J6, like we knew from day one, but confirmed now. Okay, another thing. I finally got through the Tucker Putin interview. Okay, it took me 3 days to watch this thing because Putin's deep, man. The guy is not Joe Biden, that's for sure. I mean, this guy knows history. He's got philosophies. He's got opinions. And it was a great interview by the time I got to the end of it. And basically, Putin's saying they're willing to stand. They're sitting at the table, and they keep making deals with people from our government, our representatives, and our representatives keep backing out of the deals and just making the deal just so, like one of the deals he made was to pull back from Kiev, okay? And they made a deal that they were going to have a talk in Kiev to end this war or potentially end the war, a discussion. And they said, well, we can't have it while you're so close to Kiev. So he pulled back. And then the people in Kiev that we're funding went on an offensive and never went to the table and talked to Putin. I mean, it's just deal after deal after deal like this that our representatives have made with Putin, and they have reneged on him. And I've seen that happen a lot of times. He's saying that this war did not start in 2022. This war started in 2014 when our CIA fomented an uprising in Ukraine. And that's the story that I knew in 2015. I don't know why it takes everybody so long to figure this stuff out. It was our spooks that went in there and caused this rebellion and in Ukraine. And then we set up biolabs, and now we got a freaking multi-billion-dollar money laundering scheme going on there. I mean, this is what's happening, and we see it. I've seen it since 2015. So there's Putin's confirming what I believe. So, yeah, that's that. It's a deep interview, and I just liked hearing, this is Putin. This is the guy who our leaders are talking us into funding to the cost of billions and billions of dollars, okay? They're just voting today. I don't know if they've cleared it or not, but another $63 billion of aid to Israel and Ukraine. When does it end? Where is all that money going? It isn't all coming back to, weapons manufacturers in the United States. It is just phenomenal amounts of money. Yeah, it did get dark here early, didn't it? Well, we got started kind of late here, Deb. So another note on the Tucker info is that apparently while Tucker was in Russia, he got to meet up with Edward Snowden, and he got to meet up with a gal named Tara Reid, who apparently was raped by FJB. I never heard anything about this story. Yeah, Rougeline Putin ratted out the CIA, and I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I don't like our CIA, and I don't like what they do. They brag about toppling governments all the time, man. Get us in all kinds of trouble. CIA is rotting at the top, just like the FBI and the DOJ. All right, it's starting to rain. So I think we'll wrap it up there. I can't wait to hear this Snowden interview, if he's going to actually post that or not, if Tucker will post that. And One last tidbit of information is that if you guys ever heard of Barrett Jackson Auto auction, it's on TV and they auction off like the Batmobile and stuff like that, famous cars. They just auctioned off Trump's blue Lamborghini Diablo, a 1997 Lamborghini Diablo Roadster. And Trump apparently bought it brand new in 97, drove it around for a while, and the thing sold for more than $1 million. Trump's car, the blue Diablo Lamborghini. It was Bill Clinton. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. It's too dark. Called on account of darkness. I think the eagles nested down already here. We're not going to be able to see them if they're out. And let's see if Sean gets back on live from Chicago. I bet he's got another 45 minutes of daylight there. So we'll see if he got to his next destination and fires up a new live stream. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm out. We'll see you in the chat down at Freedom Corner. This is Jericho, over and out.